morning. Welcome to Holly's podcast. And we are all here. We are all doing super well today. That's fantastic. Let me just share with me. Appreciate it so much. So exciting to be here. It's been a great weekend. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. Remember to please hit the thumbs up and let the YouTube algorithm know that you are here with Holly's podcast. So today I have my coffee. Good morning. I really hope you guys had a great weekend. Okay, so I want to start by saying that carbohydrates can turn into fat if I am sedentary, if I'm sitting. If I eat carbohydrates and I'm sedentary, then those carbohydrates can indeed turn into fat. So I have to be very careful about that. So today is 219 days where I have been zero low carbs, right? So the reason I say low carbs is not because I purposefully eat carbs. I want you to know that eggs naturally contain some carbohydrate. A fraction, of course, right? Because they are a complete protein. They have a wide variety of macronutrients and micronutrients, and they are a complete superfood. Eggs are the go-to food. So I just want you to know that eggs do contain, I think, 0.5 grams of carbohydrates. So I'm not going to sit here and say zero carbs, right? But I'm going to say super low to zero. So I don't eat eggs every single day. Okay, so moving on, 219 days is fantastic. I feel so energetic. It's unbelievable how much energy I have. It's just delicious energy. And I am loving not being so heavy over and over again, getting up and bending over, having to tie my shoes and just being out of breath. Being out of breath, walking to the gate, dreading the thought of walking 650 feet. Oh my goodness, that felt awful. So thank you to the universe. Thank you to all the lovely people on YouTube that have been touting and pushing the benefits of stopping the carbohydrate madness. Thank you, Dr. Ken Berry, Jason Fung, everybody that's out there just helping. Thank you. So many of you, lovely people. So eggs are a complete protein, so I do eat eggs. I am going lean this week, which means that I'm going low fat. Because the fat, let me explain, because you know how you like to beat me up, right? Sometimes, I get beat up for no reason, but fat can be converted to fat if it's dietary fat. Fat, how does it become fat? I'm going to explain. Because instead of forcing your body or my body to burn stored fat for energy, what happens is if I eat fat, a lot of fat, my body will have to burn that dietary fat that I'm eating first before it eats the stored fat. So it can, yes, indeed, store some fat from diet, therefore causing a potential stall or plateau. Okay, so now that I've got my notes so that I know what I'm saying. I've got my notes. So what that can do is it can slow the fat burn. Fat isn't bad for you. I mean, not for me anyway. It's good for me. But it can slow the fat burning if I'm already overweight. Because I have a little bit of visceral fat left, it can slow the stored fat burning. So, okay. Another thing is, I don't eat carbs. I don't want to eat carbs because I raise hogs. I raise cattle and chickens and turkeys, and I raise livestock, but I do raise hogs. And I don't want to be a piggy. That means I don't want to eat filler food for the sole purpose of having fillers. I want to fill up on a complete protein, not incomplete protein. Now, I do use incomplete protein in my morning coffee, which is to say that I use collagen in my coffee or creatine in my coffee. So that is, collagen is an incomplete protein. So I do use that in my coffee, but it's just a small supplement. Okay. I don't, just eat collagen for the heck of it. And let's see here. So another thing is I will avoid sauces, like sauces that you put on steaks like A1 or sauces for roasts, because I'm very simple that way. I want to keep it to butter, salt, pepper. I like to keep things a little bit more simple, just to keep things, functioning properly here. Let's see here. I'm going to give you some hacks. And the biggest hack that I have here is my walkie-talkie just went off. Sorry about that. My biggest hack is that I prepare food in advance. So I'm never without something ready in the refrigerator. Okay? I will prepare enough food where I have a little bit that will taste good cold, and I keep it in the fridge. In the event that I spike hunger, all right, the ghrelin hormone kicks in, I can go to the refrigerator and have a piece of sliced steak. I can cut a little bit of pre-cooked roast. I'm ready to go, okay? I have hard-boiled eggs ready in the fridge at all times. And I always have enough salt on hand. So the next hack I'm going to give you is traveling. Have yourself your favorite beef sticks or beef jerky, even hard-boiled eggs, ready to go. Just grab and go. If you don't want to use beef sticks or jerky, don't use them. Pre-cook your meat that tastes good to you served cold, and have it in the fridge pre-packed, so that when the event that you have to leave and get in the car and travel, it's easy. You just grab it, put it in the fridge with an ice pack. In the car with an ice pack and a cooler. You've got it ready to go. Also, same with beverages. But beverages, so beverages, I got my walkie-talkie. So beverages can be easily found out in public. So like I can go to like a Mr. Bean or a Starbucks and say, please just give me some plain iced tea, or please just give me some black coffee with a little bit of heavy cream. And that's easy for me, right? By the way, I do live and work on an organic farm and ranch, and I have walkie-talkies. So sometimes, comes through, and I'm really sorry about that. But it's a fact. It is there. So cold steak is always good. A little bit of salt and you're good to go. So it doesn't always have to be like store-bought jerky. It doesn't have to be beef sticks. If you don't want those preservatives, if you don't want nitrates, whatever, it doesn't matter. Do you. You have to do what works for you. I do what works for me. You do what works for you. All right. So I'm telling you right now it's 219 days. And I cannot say that. And I could not, if you would have told me on March the 22nd that it would be 219 days, I would not have believed you. This is unbelievable to me. Okay? Just absolutely unbelievable to me. So I'm going to burst some bubbles also. So I want to say that I understand that anyone that lives to be at least the age of 50 is going to have experienced some trauma, whether it's losing somebody close to you or having an experience that really sort of, left you in heartache. So, I mean, I too have suffered some trauma. I've suffered the loss of some of those very, very close to me, including family and friends. And a lot of that just happened, recently. So I also suffered, I'm a survivor of an extreme dog mauling the face. So I don't want to sit here and say that one trauma is worse than another. It's not. Everyone has experienced trauma and it's highly personal. But I don't want to eat my trauma, right? Don't want to eat my trauma. So I don't dwell on those things. I do a lot of meditating. I do a lot of affirmations. And I spend time outside in the sun with the livestock and the animals that I'm raising, so that I heal. I have healed. I have moved on. All right. And obviously, I'm not eating my feelings anymore. And I hope that you're not eating your feelings or your trauma anymore. You please meditate. Get out into the sun, the beautiful sunshine, the early morning sunshine. Ground yourself. Walk barefoot. So it is not easy. And here we go with bursting bubbles today. So if I was to ask you what is the most biologically available foods and easily digestible foods on the planet, what would you say? I highly doubt that you're going to say it's lettuce or broccoli or tomatoes or bell peppers. And there's a reason for that. Because they're not. Also, the plant-based superfoods are superfoods when you're looking at them. But as far as being able to get those micronutrients from those plant-based superfoods, it's going to be a little tough because of the high fiber content. So I think that we just have a lot to discuss where it comes to plant-based foods, right? We have a lot to talk about. Those are not my favorite for many reasons, and one of those reasons is because when I eat, I have to have a wide array of essential macronutrients and essential micronutrients. So, easiest foods that are digested for me and the most bioavailable foods for me are going to always be eggs and cooked chicken, not raw chicken, and not raw meat in general, because raw meat is, for me, does not work. When I cook food, when I cook meat, it brings out the flavors that I desire and that are palatable to my taste buds. The next thing is that I want all of the nutrients. And when I cook food, I'm able to extract all of those nutrients. Okay. So eggs, again, I'm going to tell it like it is. Chicken, turkey, duck, right? Beef. And there's no particular cut. If you're looking to go lean, then you need to seek out the leaner cut. But if you're going to do a fat to protein balance ratio, then it doesn't matter. Okay? Turkey, yay, all right. Salmon, fantastic. tuna, cod, sardines and shrimp, crab and scallops. You know, these foods are bioavailable. My intestines love them. I don't have bad experiences. Heavy whipping cream, even a raw dairy, like a raw goat dairy. A2 is more conducive to humans than A1. So, goat's milk is universal and it's fantastic. And then before I finish this podcast today, I'm going to go into something called colostrum. So cheese and yogurt, another bioavailable source of complete proteins. And these are not only complete proteins, they are high density, high quality complete proteins. So before I let you go today, I want to say this. I get phone calls all the time from people who want to buy colostrum. These are adult humans. They read a book, they read something on the internet, and all of a sudden, they want colostrum because it's got some benefits to it. It does if you're a newborn baby or a newborn baby mammal. There's something called colostrum receptors that are open only for a few days. Only for a few days after birth. Colostrum receptors close. That's why, as a mother, a new mother, you only have a certain amount of days after giving birth to provide that baby with much needed colostrum. All right. Maybe that's a question for Dr. Berry, Dr. Ken Berry. Mammals on this farm only have a few days. So if they're orphaned or if they're being rejected by their parent for some reason, I only have a few days to get colostrum into that newborn goat, newborn lamb, calf, piglet. Okay? Chickens, of course, are not mammals. They are not mammals. They do not get milk from their mothers. Same with turkeys and all birds, right? So, but the rest of them that are mammals. So when I get phone calls on the regular asking me for colostrum for their, it baffles me completely that somebody just reads a book or reads an article or hears somebody on the internet just blindly okay, well, I should probably just go hunt down some colostrum. Really? I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. Because I don't know what benefits that colostrum is going to give you. Your receptors closed a long time ago if you're an adult. So I don't know what nutrients you think you're going to get that are beneficial to you from cow colostrum or goat colostrum. I don't know what you're going to, I don't know. Enlighten me. Somebody please educate me because I don't get it. Bovine colostrum is for newborn baby calves. And they only have a few days. You better rush to get that baby calf colostrum because it needs colostrum. Yeah, I do save colostrum from my cows. I milk them out and I get colostrum. I get colostrum from my goat because I need it in case of an emergency for an orphaned goat kid or an orphaned baby lamb or an orphaned calf or an orphaned, piglet or even rejected animals. So I do have colostrum and I do hold on to it and I freeze it for later use for when I need it, I have it. So I don't know what that's all about, but my goodness gracious, it's interesting. I want to thank you so very much for taking some time out of your day, for joining me on my live broadcast here today on Polly's podcast. And I also want to wish you a very happy and healthy day. And until next time, toodles.